sometimes I think people should just eat their spinach. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. How you guys doing? We're going to talk about the 2025 film, Popeye the Slayer Man. I like talking about bad horror movies from, like, popular cartoon shows from, like, the 60s and 70s. I did The Grinch back in December, and I was like, this is on Tubi, I should watch it. And apparently there's a sequel to it, so I'm like, all right, I gotta watch it. If I feel like doing a sequel, like if this video does good and I kind of enjoyed this movie, I guess I'll do a sequel. Spoiler alert, I didn't really enjoy this movie.
No way!
But I'm gonna talk about it anyway, because this movie's really stupid. It's about an hour long, though. It's like an hour and 15, somewhere around there, give or take. And it's really bad. This is gonna sound really bad, and I think a lot of people are gonna hate on me for this. It reminds me a lot of, like, the budget quality of Terrifier 1. It legit reminds me of everything of Terrifier 1.
What did he say?
That's kind of what I was thinking. The most focus they put on this film is the gore, which I think is fine. I think the gore was not, like, awful, but everything else was. I think the acting was not very good. Popeye himself clearly was a man in a mask. I will say, at least they tried. They did, like, trying to make him, like, it kind of gave me the vibe of Texas Chainsaw 3D, where she was like, get him, cuz, and it's like that scene. That kind of gave me this vibe, because it's like Olive, you know, like, this girl named Olivia's in this, but she looks just like Olive from the show. I literally was like, that's Olive. Like, immediately, I'm like, that is Olive. Like, that is not Olive. Like, anyway, so this film starts off with this girl getting chased, and she goes into this old factory, the one that reminds you of something from Popeye, and she gets chased by two other guys, and what happens is, I thought something real brutal was gonna happen, but Popeye rolls a can of spinach out. Popeye kills one of the guys. It's brutal. It's actually kind of brutal of how he kills these two people, and I didn't expect that. And even the girl dies. Like, he kills all three of them pretty early, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the movie that it's like, oh man, we are cooked. And again, I'm gonna say, like, the goods of this movie is, well, the gore. I'm very impressed with the special effects. Like, I thought it was not gonna be good, because, like, the Grinch one was not good, the Mickey Mouse one wasn't good, but Popeye was actually not that bad. So now we go to, like, the next day, and this one guy that owns the building wants to sell it into making it into condos, and this girl is like, oh, well, okay, and she gets scared, she drops, like, a file, foreshadowing, and then then we go to this other one where these kids are in college, and they're gonna film a documentary of what's going on here, and this random girl named Olivia, again, wants to go with them, even though you find out later that she actually, like, just showed up, like, 3 weeks ago, and her and, I like to say it's Dexter. I like to say the character's name is Dexter, and, like, Dexter is friends with this girl named Lisa, and then Lisa and this guy, I think his name was Zach. I know. Yeah, so they get, like, a whole crew there, and then they go to this bar to talk to Katie, who's gonna help them as well. And then you meet Katie and her crazy boyfriend Joey. Arguably, I think this guy Joey is the best actor of all of them. He plays a really good crazy ex-boyfriend, like, really well. Like, he's a beater, but, like, the actor does a really good job of just, like, he has that crazy eye, and it's really, really well done. I was like, wow, he's actually not that bad. Anyway, so the whole crew goes there. I'm kind of, like, jumping around, trying to remember names, but some of them I'm like, who are you? I don't remember who you are. And they all get to the warehouse. This is where the meat and potatoes really start. Everything else is like a slow burn, kind of, but it's like not a good slow burn where you're like, oh, it's gonna be a payoff. It's not, because we still continue this slow burn. Of course, Zach, I swear, every time I watch movies that a character's name is Zach, he is the same dude. They gotta stop stereotyping us Zach. I swear. He was a douchebag, but he also wants to get in girls' pants, and him and Lisa are kind of, like, teasing each other about banging the whole movie until they die. And they're, like, teasing about banging each other. And so they separate to put cameras everywhere. And throughout the whole time, Katie's, like, on her laptop, but she's, like, on her phone. And in the camera, you can see Popeye killing fools. And then there's some lore dump with, like, Olivia talking about how she's trying to, like, find her father and all these missing clues because she doesn't have, like, her family because her mom died when she was young. And I was like, yeah, because your mom's Olive and this is your dad. Like, that's pretty clear. Like, what am I, an idiot? And they go through the files and they find, like, a lot of things that were, like, hidden, and Popeye actually was eating the spinach that makes him deformed in this way. It's just really stupid. Like, the whole movie is just really, really stupid. And like I said, it really does remind me of, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 3D one, because, like, Olive's like, wait, Dad, let me help you. And Popeye's like, okay. But then Joey like loses his mind, and Joey tries to kill Popeye because Popeye didn't kill Katie, but Joey blames Popeye for killing Katie because Katie got shot by Joey. What? Again, I'm going to bring this up again. It's not a very good movie, but the gore is actually pretty good. Like, if you guys watch this movie because you want to just watch some gore, you actually would be pretty impressed with it. The special effects is pretty good. It, like I said, this reminds me a lot of Terrifier 1. And I know people are going to be like, that's blasphemy. That franchise is awesome. No, Terrifier 1's not very good. But this reminds me a lot like it because the gore, and this one's pretty good, especially for a budget, like a low budget horror film. The gore is pretty good. Now, the gore in Terrifier 1 is way better, but it reminds me of the same elements, where everything else is bad, but the gore is really good. And if you think about it, Popeye is a lot like the same exact thing. It's just in a warehouse, because it's cheap, saves a lot of money because of the budget, and they put all the money into the gore. Kind of like Terrifier 1. Just saying. So to me, that's what I thought when I was watching this movie. I was like, this is a terrible movie. But the gore is fine. You know, like, I respected the gore. When you got to see the gore, I was like, this is pretty good. Like, there was a couple scenes where he, like, breaks someone's hand, and you can actually see how good it looks. It looked real. And sometimes where he, like, smashes a head. I'm like, wow, this actually is a lot better than I thought it would be. And that's kind of what reminded me when I was watching this. I'm like, this is just like Terrifier 1. Like, exactly like it. Now, is a sequel to this movie going to be just like Terrifier 2? Probably not. But who knows? But with this film, I mean, I don't know. I don't think this film's very good. I really don't. I think I gave it like a 1.5 out of 5. I was kind of being generous because of the gore, bumped it up to 1 star. I don't know. Like, I actually looked back on my letterbox and seen what I rated Terrifier 1 at. And Terrifier 1, I gave it a 1.5. So I was like, all right, I'll just give this one the same rating because they're both same level. The only problem is this is a Popeye film. If this was just called, I don't know, something else that wasn't a Popeye horror film, I actually think it'd probably do better because like Terrifier 2 shot up with like its budget and everything. So I feel like if this was not Popeye, I think this would be better. I don't know. What do I know? But this film was not very good. I thought it was really funny. There was a lot of funny scenes, especially when Joey was like trying to fight Popeye. It was so stupid because like his logic is like, you killed my girlfriend, even though Joey like shot his girlfriend because he thought his girlfriend was banging Dexter, even though she wasn't, and his friends around him like gaslit him into believing that was true, and it was like, that didn't happen. It was so bizarre. And then there was a scene where Zach like falls because he's trying to grab like this balcony thing to like climb across to get to the top of the building. You know, they could have just got done it anyway. It doesn't matter. He slipped, fell on like this cushion thing, so he was very lucky and not died. And his foot got caught in his netting, and he tried to pull himself up, and his long bar was there, and he stopped. And Lisa shows up to help him, and it moves his foot just enough, and the pole came down and killed him. And she got covered in blood. And then she does a chase scene, and guess what? She tries doing what Zach did and climb up on his railing. She slips and falls because she's too short, and she gets killed with Zach laying on top of him with the pole through her. I was like, what am I watching? I just thought it was really stupid. The whole movie was really stupid. Even the ending, because I almost called her Olive, but Olivia was like, oh, Dad. And then Popeye's just like staring at her. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't wait for the second one. So I might watch the second one. Who knows? If you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. Have you seen Popeye the Slayer Man? It was really stupid. They were talking about the stories. It was just really bad. Or have you not? If you have, it's on Amazon right now for free. So that's a good thing. I think I'm going to watch the sequel too, just because I love watching really bad horror movies. It's fun. And it's fun to talk about them on YouTube. Seems like people tend to like to watch them too. It wasn't a very good movie. And yes, I am going to compare it to Terrifier 1. I don't care what anyone says. You can tell me I'm an idiot, whatever. You can disagree with me. It's the internet. It's okay to have different opinions, people. But again, it reminded me of Terrifier 1 so much. And I was like, I can't do anything about this. But with this film, 1.5 out of 5. Not very good. Not very rememberable. Like, I tried to remember a lot of it. I couldn't. My brain was like fried. Because I was like, what happened? So yeah, I mean, it was a movie. And of course, if you guys made it to the end of the video, stay away from that spinach. I heard it's not very good for you.